It's Wednesday, which means it's time for a favorite find. And this week's favorite, well, before we get into what this week's favorite find is, you're probably like, Joe, why are you in a bed? Well, I'm tired. There's nothing wrong with me. I've just been traveling all day, and I am at the George and Pilgrim's Inn in Glastonbury, UK. And this is a medieval establishment, right? So it says 1475. And I'm laying here just preparing to be haunted by ghosts all night. I hope that's what happens. You believe in ghosts? Let me know in the comments. I know some people do, some people don't. We're going to find out if this place is haunted tonight. Anyway, this week's favorite find comes all the way to us from Phoenix, Arizona. Arizonia. Anyway, it's an 1857 seated Liberty quarter with a counterstamp on it that says J. Smith. Now, I spent the better part of an hour laying in this bed here because, you know what, I'm full. I went and had a really good dinner. I'm going to drag this out a little bit. I went and had a really good dinner at this place called Queen of Cups, and it was really good. But anyway, I'm full, okay, and I'm laying here like a fat cat, and I feel like that. Anyway, so I did some research. I've spent quite a while trying to locate this particular counterstamp. I think, judging by the font of the stamp, that it's actually a J.T. Smith from Schuylerville, New York, and it's he's a known counterstamper. So I looked at a map from 1866. Now I saw a reference to J.T. Smith and a reference to J.F. Smith and Sons. And I think the F is actually just a misprint, and I think they're the same person. And I think J. Smith, J.T. Smith, and J.F. Smith are all the same person. And you run into this a lot when you're doing you're trying to find historical information because, a lot of times stuff was scribbled and things got misinterpreted, and it would affect whole lineages where someone would end up with a different last name or just, same last name, just different, a little bit different spelling. You see that a lot in census records, a lot. So, but anyway, it says they were like silversmiths, or they sold silver goods, watches, silverware, but they also had a little bit of some clothing stuff. I don't know. I can't really speak to the authenticity of what they sold because I just don't know. But I do know that the J.T. Smith is a known counterstamp, and it's listed in two books, the Brunk book and the Russell Roulau catalog of tokens, I believe. Now, with all that said, you could go down a rabbit hole all day learning about counterstamps. And although I'm not sure if I'm right, I think I'm right, which means I'm probably correct. And I'm correct enough for this video. But anyway, one good bit of information that I didn't know that I did find out, which I think is interesting, is when I was doing the research, the term good host. So if you see a counterstamp, the host refers to the host coin. So in this case, the host coin is an 1857 quarter. Now, I don't necessarily know that this is a good host because the quarter is well worn, but it was found metal detecting, so it could have been in the ground for a very long time and getting worn down. The environment really plays a big part in how these coins turn out. It's a really cool find, okay? Now, there are people out there who collect counterstamps. So to some people, it increases the value, and to others, it's a ruined coin. And that's probably why a lot of times they're defaced coins, basically. But whatever floats your boat. I mean, I guess that's really all of this. Everything we do is about whatever floats your boat. You like metal detecting? We're a niche hobby. There's just not a lot of us. I know it seems like there are, because if you go on YouTube and you're in this like algorithm of metal detecting, it's force fed to you. You would think that there's millions of people making YouTube videos about metal detecting, and there really isn't. And you don't have a lot of competition out there. If you're metal detecting, get out there and find stuff. There's so much treasure out there for us all to find. And this counterstamp coin is just a, they say when you find a seated coin, it's being called getting set down, which I think sounds stupid, but I love finding seated coins. And they're out there. And special ones like this are out there. I know if I found a counterstamped one, that would be more special to me than a lot of others. It's just how I feel about it. I like nifty little unique items, and I'm sure Jeff does too. You can probably tell I'm tired. Man, it seems like every video I'm putting out here lately, I'm exhausted. I guess I'm just getting old. And it has come to this. I'm laying in a bed. It's a cool bed, though. It's four posts, but you don't need to know all that. You don't need to know all that. I'm even using like my quiet inside voice on. This is creepy. This whole video is creepy. I should throw it away, but I'm not going to. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and roll into a pitch. Hey, if you wanted to find stuff like this, like a counterstamp 1857 seated quarter, well, maybe you need to go over to Detector Warehouse and use my link right here. You can just scan this QR code or use my link down the description below, or who knows, if you go to Detector Warehouse, you may get to the end. There may be a place you can put in I don't know if you can, just get that treasure, one word. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. You don't need to remember anything else. Anyway. Thank you so much, Jeff, for sending this in. I promise you on the next week's favorite find, I will not be in a bed. Oh, well, I better not promise that. Who knows what could happen? I might be in a bed. I hope not, though. Because this weekend, I'm going to be doing some crazy metal detecting on a Victorian race course. That's going to be cool. So we'll make some cool videos out of that, I'm sure. Even if I don't find anything, I'll make a 45-minute long video of me finding nothing but trash. So you can look forward to that. Oh, man, Jeff, thank you so much for sending that in. If any of you would like stickers or swag or anything I have at the time, or would like to submit a favorite find, feel free to email me at igetthattreasure@gmail.com, and I will send it to you free of charge. I will also post your favorite find free of charge. It saves me from having to come up with content. So I really do appreciate it. And thanks again, Jeff, very much. If you get out this week, I hope you get that treasure. And let me think, is there any other... We'll have a cool walk and talk this weekend, or this week. I guarantee you that much, because it's always cool when I'm abroad. And right now, I am abroad. So I guess that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching.